In this video, let's take a look what automation is. Automation is where you can automate what a parameter does. For example, maybe you find that you're jumping for this volume on this track and moving it up and down while you play back the audio part. Now, if you automate this in, when you play it back, it's going to follow the movements that you either recorded in or wrote in. So let me show you how this is done in this video. So on your track over here, you've got two modes. You've got read automation and write automation. If I enable this and I play back and move this volume fader, it's going to record in some automation movements on this part. So I'm going to play back and just take a listen back. So I'm going to solo this guitar track and play back. And when I stop playback, you see that there's now this line here, which is showing the volume automation that's been recorded in. Now I'm going to turn off the write mode and play back. Now watch how this follows the movements that I made because it's set in read automation mode. If I turn that off, it's going to stay there. And when I turn on again, it's going to follow the automation movements. Now I can always turn write automation mode on again, make some changes, it'll record it in, I can let go, and it goes back to the previous automation. So that has created these points over here, and I can actually choose each one and move it and make some changes. And I can even right click on these points and decide what I want to do. So let's say I want to clear all the automation that I've done on this lane, then I can select clear all. Now I want to show you how you can draw in automation. So using the draw tool set to freehand mode, I can draw in automation. And if I want more control, I can maybe go to the smart tool and make envelope points. And what happens is when you make these envelope points, these create fixed points. And if you move the one in the middle, it's going to automate just that. So let's say I want just this part to dip down over there. I'll create 2 node points or envelope points there and a third one and drop it down. Now let's see how we can record and write to other parameters. So when you have this write mode enabled, any parameter that can be automated has these sort of red lines around it. So I can also automate the pan. So if I play back, I can write in automation for the pan. And maybe I also want to automate this reverb send amount. So I'm going to pull it down, play back. So there I've got 3 different lanes of automation. Now, if I close down this mix console, so just jumping back to this track view over here, and I click on this button, it's going to reveal all the lanes that have automation to it. And what it does is it just labels them A1, A2, A3. So that's 3 lanes of automation. And in this block down over here, it's showing you what the automation is. So this is volume, this is pan, and this is the reverb send level. If I wanted to, I could go in and relabel these so that they made more sense. So that's volume, that's pan, and that's reverb send. So I have labeled the names that I want over there. Now also, if I go to the main track over here, this is showing the clip. But I can also go over here and show an automation lane. So go down to automation, show volume. Now it's going to minimize that volume lane, show it on the clip. And even if I just click these minus signs over here, it removes those lanes. So it doesn't delete them, it just removes them and shows them on the main track over here. And if I want to create a new automation lane, I can click to reveal here, click this plus sign, and then I can choose what I want to automate. So I can go to this menu over here and choose from what's available. So I've got volume, I've got pan, I've got reverb, and then these deal with the pro channel and parameters that you can change. For example, maybe I want to go to the track tube saturation and choose the drive, and then I can draw in an increasing drive amount, which means if I go back to the mixer and I'll go onto the Pro channel. So I'm just going to drag this up, which means if I just open up the Pro channel and drag this bigger, if you just look over here on the drive, that has been automated as well. And then if I add effects, so let's say on the effects section here, I go for an audio effect, I go to Cakewalk, and let's say I add the phaser. So that's got a few parameters on here. I could go in and record to some of them, or if I just close this down and close the mix console as well, if I click the plus sign here to show extra automation lanes, I can go to the phase and choose from a parameter. So let's say I want to take the width, click OK, and I can change the width amount throughout the duration of this piece. Which means if I go back to the mix console and open up this phaser over here, you'll see that the width has been automated as well. That's changing. And you can change up here in the plugin what you want to do. So let's say I don't want to read any of that automation. I can untick those, or I can record enable it again to set the read on and then write in some more. And obviously another easy way obviously is if you have write enabled and you move a parameter, then if you go back to your view over here, you're going to see this lane pop up over here. So that is the power of automation. Here I just used one track, and on one track I've created 6 different automation lanes, and they're dealing with volume, pan, send levels, and even parameters on effects. So it's a very powerful tool, and the key behind automation is to help to add interest within your mix. So if you've got a whole structure and arrangement of a song, maybe in sections you want to add some more reverb send on some parts, maybe change the level on some other tracks, or maybe even change the panning in different sections within your song. So that is where automation comes in handy.